Hi everyone, welcome. So glad I'm able to give the class today. There's good news and less good news. The good news, my laptop is working, so that's perfect. The less good news, we're having some work done at the house, so there's a lot of noise. I think they're taking a break now, but that gives us the opportunity to practice an older class together. So I'm going to play one of the classes we did last year, and I'm going to do it right along with you guys, and I'll probably check in at the end and say thanks and bye. So I'll get that class started. Thank you so much for being here, and my apologies for any inconvenience. Hi everybody, welcome to Celina Yoga Jams. I'm Celina. So today we're doing back care and breath aware. So gentle yoga and qi gong to, help soothe and strengthen the back. Back pain is something that a lot of us deal with, myself included. So thank you so much for being here. First things first, make sure you're wearing comfortable clothing, you're warm and cozy, you have a space to work in. I'm using a yoga mat. If you don't have a mat, just, a carpet or something soft for when we do things on the floor. You might want to have a chair handy for relaxation. It could be nice to put your legs on it. And oh yes, a reminder, the most important thing is our comfort. So in order for these practices to be effective, we have to be able to relax enough that they can do their work. So we need to be comfortable. So if anything I'm showing doesn't feel comfortable in your body, I suggest just modifying it in any way that does make it comfortable. And any big movement can always be made smaller. So if I'm doing this, maybe you'll be doing this. Or maybe I'll be doing something small and you'll want to do it big. So let's all practice listening to our bodies, being compassionate with ourselves, and just moving in a way that feels good for us today. So even if I could do something a week ago, maybe that's not the right thing for me to do today. And finally, we have the chat, so please feel free to throw in an emoji or just say hi so I know that you're there. I can't always respond during the class, but you'll probably see me reading it and smiling. But at the end of the practice, I always take a minute to reply to everything in the chat. So thank you so much for joining me. Let's get started. We'll start standing up today. So I like to start all of my practices by inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, and then just letting the body do whatever it wants to do. So whatever that is for you today, go for it. Let's get into some vigorous breaths. Really over exaggerate the breath a few more. Okay, once you're happy with that, plant the feet wherever they land. Let's roll the shoulders so we can inhale forward and up. Exhale back and down. Just do a few at your own pace. Couple more. Okay, we can melt the shoulders down the back, move our awareness into the feet. So letting the feet kind of land wherever they land underneath the hips. And we'll just start to rock forward and back. So not really thinking about it too much, just massaging the soles of the feet into the floor. We can start connecting with the breath. And once you're very, very, very comfortable with this forward back, we could play with side to side, just shifting our weight. So seeing how it goes more to the edge of one foot, then the other. Maybe we want to add some swivel in the hips. Whatever you feel like doing with the head. Okay, we can start to rub the hands together. The rest of the body can do whatever it wants. So rub the hands together, get some heat. We'll go into our first breathing exercise. So separate the hands. We can inhale as the hands move towards one another. Exhale as they move away. And just go at your own pace. Inhaling in, exhaling out. The rest of the body, maybe it's still, maybe it's swaying. It doesn't really matter. A few more of these. Inhaling the hands in, exhaling out. Okay, so let's offer some energy, attention, love to the eyes. So if anyone else is a glasses wearer like me, just pop your glasses off. Place the palms over the eyes. Take a few long, deep breaths. Alrighty, inviting ourselves to relax. Okay, we can feel the top of the palm on the eyebrow bone, the bottom of the palm on the cheekbone, and make some gentle circles. No pressure on the eyes themselves. Other direction. Okay, we can drop the hands down the face, give ourselves a face massage. So go up the nose, down the forehead and the cheeks a few more times. Okay, let's rub the hands together again. Go back into the breath with the hands. So separate the hands, inhale in, exhale out. Just a few. Relaxing, relaxing, relaxing as much as we can. And now we'll go into a full body massage to whatever our capacity is. So starting with the head, getting the crown, back of the neck, the base of the skull. And then we can use pinchy hands to pinch the back of the neck. Going all the way down into the shoulder line. Okay, so from here we can do our shoulder slaps. I really like these for releasing tension in the back. So not too hard, but just kind of like slapping the shoulder, pulling out any tension. And now the neck, so more gentle on the neck. Just pulling out any tension in the neck, any pain, any discomfort. Okay, we can bring the hands to the chest, do some circles. Just checking in with the whole body. Let's bring it down to the belly, our energy ocean. We'll come down the thighs. Now only go as far as it's comfortable. If it's not comfortable to bend all the way down, you could just stop at the thighs. If the thighs are okay, you can do the knees. And then the shins. Come up the calves, get the backs of the knees, and up the backs of the thighs. Massage those kidneys. Okay, let's do the lung channel massage. So we'll come to lung 1, so underneath the end of the collarbone, You go down above where the gap between the torso and the arm, but also don't worry about it too much. Let's come down the arm, around the thumb, turn the palm down, come up the tip of the index, sweep across and release. Okay, other side, come down, front of the shoulder, so end of the collarbone on top of the gap where the arm and the torso meets. Come on down. Around the thumb, turn the palm down, tip the index, come up. Inhale when you're ready. Exhale, sweep across, release. Okay, we'll just do a few standing things. So again, we can rock on the feet. Just even out the weight between the feet. We can have a little bend in the knees. We can imagine an upward pull through the base of the skull and the crown of the head. And we'll start working with the breath, or continue working with the breath. Very, very gentle, as little effort as possible. Let's inhale, float the arms up. And as we exhale, we can flex the wrists a little or a lot. Exhale down. And that's it. Just go at your own pace, inhaling, floating up. Exhaling, floating down. Following the rhythm of our own breath. Relaxing into the movement as much as possible. We can always activate our inner smiles. Feel the feet on the earth, especially if you catch yourself getting distracted. A few more of these. And a reminder, if it's not comfortable to lift the arms all the way shoulder level, you just make it a smaller movement. Okay, this will be our last one. Let's exhale down. Okay, we'll bring the feet together, go into our side stretch. So we'll roll the shoulders back and down. We can imagine holding a couple of lemons underneath the armpits. I find that so delightful. So we have our little lemons under our armpits. So today we'll inhale as we do the bend. Exhale, come back center, and please follow your breath more than me. So I'll guide the first two and we'll do a couple rounds. So let's inhale to one side. And as we go into that bend, we're just releasing into the bend. When you're ready to exhale, come back to center. And just continue at your own pace, going to the other side. One more round, so one more time each side. You know, anytime we practice something and it feels good, interesting, just make like a little note of it as something you can come back to anytime you need to. Let's open up the feet, so more of a horse stance. Rub the hands together, build some heat. My knees are a little bent. And I'll just warm up those kidneys and the whole low back. Just massage, massage, massage. Okay, we'll keep the hands on the low back, a little bit above the kidneys, wherever they can comfortably land. Knees are bent. Let's circle our hips. We can inhale for half the circle, exhale the other half. And remember, this can be as small or as big a movement as is comfortable. Let's change direction. Okay, come back to center, open up the arms. We'll do propeller turns. So let's inhale in this position, but you can always do the opposite breath. So we'll inhale, fill up. Exhale, twist. So turn the feet too, twist as much as it's comfortable. When you're ready, inhale back to center, fill up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, center, fill up. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. We can gather in the energy, step the feet in, back up the elbows as we exhale. Inhale, imagine inhaling into the palms if you like. Exhale, push down. Okay, we can place the hands on the low belly. So the thumb of one hand can be in the palm of the other hand, and the thumb of the other hand can be between the thumb and the index. I'll just rest the hands on the belly, little bend in the knees. Just taking a moment. Settling our energy. A few more. Let's see if we can relax a little more. Maybe the shoulders. Maybe the face. Feel whatever we're feeling. A few more breaths. Okay, let's see if we can get ourselves even more grounded. We'll have the hands, palms facing the floor, just in front of the thighs. And let's go into an abdominal breath. So we'll inhale with the belly. And imagine exhaling down through the earth. So inhaling with the belly. Exhaling through the earth. And each exhalation, we let ourselves relax a little more. Take about 5 or so. Okay, let's turn the hands to face one another. So we can imagine we're holding an energy ball, and we'll just roll the ball. So let's inhale at like chest level. We exhale in front of us like we're placing it on a shelf, and come down. And that's the whole movement. So we inhale and exhale. Give you a side perspective. And you know, the whole body might sway. If it's swaying, let it sway. You might notice going towards the heels as the ball comes to the chest, going to the toes as it goes forward. I really, really, really like this exercise. It's a good one to help us come back into ourselves, back to our own energy. It's easy to take on other people's stuff. You know, if we think about, you know, having a conversation with someone, then after you feel not so good, like that type of thing, or you have all your work stress, so it's kind of getting out of that and getting back into our own flow, which you know I'm quite passionate about. So you can do these for as long as you like. We won't do too many for today because we only have an hour together. But if this is something you enjoy, and it's a good one to do, let's say when you get home from work, when you're like switching from one sphere to another. So I hope you like it as much as I do. Let's do a few more. And if you don't, that's fine too. Okay, we can close by having the hands palms down towards the earth and just 2 or 3 abdominal breaths. Okay, we'll make our way down to the mat. So coming to all fours, come down to the mat any way that is comfortable in your body. If you can do it without using hands, that's great. If you need support of a chair or something, that's great too. However you can get down, however it makes sense for today, we come on down. Okay, so we'll go right to all fours and keep moving our spine, starting with regular cat-cow. So we inhale, crown and tail up. Exhale, round the back. And just go with your breath. And of course, you know, you listen to your doctor's advice more than Celina's advice. If you've been told not to round your back, then you would just inhale up, exhale to neutral. Just find what feels good for you for today. A few more. Okay, we'll come to a neutral spine. We'll do some bird dog or pointer dog. So we can tuck the toes under, gently engage the core. So I like to think of my sit bones moving down to the knees. And you could extend just a leg, just an arm, or opposite arm, opposite leg. So however you want to do it, we'll inhale, extend. Exhale, come back. And just go with your breath. We try to keep the hips steady, so we're not trying to lift the leg high at all, just extending it out same level as the hip. And you know, add your own flair, find a way to make it fun for yourself. You know, sometimes I like to imagine my breath extending through the heel, the fingertips, with the exhalations, really feeling like I'm drawing back into myself. A few more. Okay, the next time we come down, we'll stay down. So the next one, we could work from here with the toes tucked, inhaling as we lift the knees off the mat, exhaling knees back down. Actually, let's all just start there. So we inhale the knees up if we can, exhale down. Do a few. Okay, flatten the feet. Sit back towards a child's pose, bum towards the heels as far as you can comfortably get. Stretch the arms out in front. We'll inhale forward. Exhale back. And just let our breath move the body. And again, you can add any flair you like. I'm adding a bit of a cow position. Just find what feels good for today. Oh yeah, when you go forward, if you want to do more of a half plank, that's fine. Anything goes. Okay, next time we come forward, let's tuck the toes and pop up to a down dog. If you're not feeling down dog for today, you could go into child's pose instead. Wherever we are, you're always welcome to add movement. So I'm in down dog, I might just walk the feet a little bit. It's always a good time to let out a sigh, or it'll take at least 3 more breaths. Okay, let's come back to all fours. We'll sit on the heels or stand on the knees. We just want a minute to release the wrists. So the lower body doesn't matter, whatever's comfortable. Let's circle our fists. Other direction. Okay, so cat-cows, but side to side. So we come into our regular all fours. We dip the heart, go to one side, round, go to the other side. So we get inhales, we dip, exhales, we round, or however you want to do it. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just let yourself get into it as much as possible. Let's be with ourselves as much as possible. Okay, we'll change direction. Inhale, center. With the exhale, you could either come to child's pose, resting here. Put something under your head if your head doesn't hit the floor, or down dog, whatever you like. 5 breaths. Okay, once you're happy with that, we'll come back down to the knees. If you're in down dog, wherever you are, we'll transition to a seated position. So let's get into those hips. We can have the hands behind us, the feet out in front of us, the width like the same as the end of your mat, wider than your hips basically. Okay, let's just toss. So the opposite arm, I find it wants to come up, so we can let it come up. If you have enough room, you can literally just throw it. That's my favorite thing to do. If you don't have the room, you can make it a more controlled movement. Maybe look at your own hand. Breathe through it any way you like. Okay, we'll land on one side, whatever side you want to land on. So the foot and the knee are like close-ish to one another. The hands come either side of the front knee, and we pull the back hip towards the front knee as much as we comfortably can. We'll just take a few breaths here. Okay, so we can stay right here, or if it's comfortable, we can add a forward bend movement. So we'll use the head too. We're going to look same direction as the front knee. Does that make sense? So this is my front leg, so I'm going to look this way. So we turn the head, lower down, keeping the head turned. Bring the head back to center, come up. So you can find your way to breathe through it. I like to exhale as I go down. Inhale as I come up. And don't worry about how far down you go, whatever's comfortable. One more. Okay, when we come up, we'll stay up. So the upper body, we don't worry about too much. We're going to see if it's possible for that back leg to lift up and down. And do whatever you want with the upper body. You could add the arms. You could keep the hands down. Whatever, just a couple more. Relax the face. Okay, we'll come back to center. Before we do the other side, let's just bring the soles of the feet together. Wherever they are, close to the body, far away from the body, doesn't really matter. Ideally, we'd have stuff under the knees, but we're just going to be here a few breaths. We won't worry about it. Let's get ourselves as tall as we can. Imagine the upward pulls through the base of the skull, through the crown of the head, just like another breath or two. Okay, so we'll do the whole thing on the other side, and like we did on the first side, we'll take some time to just swing side to side. And remember, go at your own speed. You can always go faster or slower. Okay, so land on the other side. So the foot and the knee, close-ish. Hands either side of the front knee. The back hip pulls towards the front knee, and we take a few breaths. Always looking for what can we relax. Okay, so we'll do our forward bends. I realize there's a better way to say it. We just turn our heads away from the feet. So we look away from the feet, keep the head looking away lower, bring the head back to center, come back up. So I like to exhale as I go down, inhale as I come up. Do it however you like. Go at your own pace. Okay, the next time we come up, we'll stay up, do whatever we want with the arms, the back leg if it's possible, up and down. Okay, so we can release all of that. We'll come back to center and just take a minute at center, any position that's comfortable. I'm just leaning forward onto my legs, just 3 or 4 breaths. Okay, we'll get into some seated twists. So you might want to be sitting on something. I'll just grab a blanket. So a firm blanket or a bolster if you have it, or 2 blocks. And you know, if you're very, very, very comfortable sitting straight on the floor and there's no rounding in your back and you prefer doing that, that's fine too. But sitting on something just makes it a little bit easier on the back. Okay, so we'll have one leg extended. The other leg, we could either have the foot on the inside or the foot on the outside. So see what works for today. Interlace the hands below the knee. Open up the chest. Find something to relax. Oh yeah, the long leg is engaged for pulling the toes towards us. Spine is long, crown of the head lifting. And let's just see if we can breathe with the belly. Just invite like an internal organ massage. You know, if you want to be doing this seated in a chair, you just sit with your legs normal and you just cross one hand to the opposite knee. So now we're going to do that from this position. So we can wrap the elbow, opposite arm from the leg that's crossed around. The back hand comes behind. Do whatever you want with the head, and about 5-ish breaths. Okay, inhale back to center. Release the leg. We'll have both legs extended. Or if you're sitting on a chair, you have your feet, both feet down on the floor. So we push the sit bones down into whatever it is we're sitting on. Arms come up, and this is it. This is a position. 3 to 5 breaths. And just a little quick tip for us, putting the arms up is the best. So anytime I'm feeling a little funky and just like, ugh, I'm like, did I put my arms up today? So for mental health, get your arms up every day. That's my suggestion. Okay, another breath or two. All right, we'll exhale the arms down, go into our twist on the other side. So we leave the other leg long, bent. We can stay on the inside of the leg, or we can cross, whichever is more comfortable for today. Interlace the hands below the knee. Nice, proud, open chest, long, deep breaths. Long leg stays engaged. I love this position so much, but we gotta take it into the twist so we can wrap the elbow around. If it reaches, if it doesn't reach, you just have your hand on the knee. So find your way. Back hand comes behind. If you're on a chair, you can just grab the top of the chair, or you can reach through to the seat. Position your head however it's comfortable. Be careful, you don't want to turn your head too much, especially if it's a little bit up, because we could pinch the nerve back here. So if you have any worries about that, just keep your chin in line with the sternum, and then you know you'll be good. Okay, let's breathe. Okay, when you're ready, come back to center. Extend the leg. And again, we'll go into staff pose. So both legs engaged, sit bones pushing down, arms up, about 5 breaths. And if you're like crunching in your low back, it's not happening, just stand up with your arms up. If you can. If not, you could be at a wall, push your hands into the wall, you'll get a lot of the same effects. Okay, with an exhalation, we can release. Okay, let's come down onto the back. So if you need any stuff for Shavasana, for the relaxation, if you want to put socks on, if you don't have socks on, if you want to grab a blanket, anything to keep you warm and cozy, you could have it close by just so you don't have to get up again. And for the full relaxation, you might want a chair to put your legs on or a bolster. Get my bolster over here. So just have whatever you may need close by so you don't have to move a lot when it's time for relaxation. Okay, let's come down to the back. We'll just do a few more things. Come down any way it's comfortable. It might not be comfortable rolling straight back like that. If that's the case, you roll to the side and then to your back. We'll start, just hug the knees to the chest and rock side to side. Okay, we'll put one foot down on the floor, the hands on top of the other knee. So not really interlaced and gripping, just like resting one on top of the other. We want to get into our breathing muscles more than just pulling the leg. So we inhale the knee away from us, exhale to the chest, and just go with your breath. Okay, we'll switch legs. Same thing, inhale away, exhale knee to chest. Okay, now both knees. So one hand each knee, inhale away, exhale to the chest. Okay, let's please place the feet flat on the floor. I can't talk today. It's okay. We'll grab the elbows. So elbows right on top of the shoulders. This is one of my favorite exercises. If you have hair high on your head, you might need to move it so you have space behind your head. Okay, but we're starting just side to side. So elbows on top of the shoulders. We inhale here. Exhale to one side. It doesn't matter how far they go. Inhale center. Exhale to the other side. And that's it. We just go at our own pace. We try to keep the arms in line with the shoulders. And we're already getting into relaxation. So relax as much as possible. The head, the neck, the shoulders, the upper back, the chest, the whole body really. Okay, we'll come back to center. Exhale the arms towards the head. So they might stop at the forehead or go over the head. It has a lot to do with how long the upper arm bones are. So don't worry if you're not getting over your head. It's not a big deal. Or if there's tightness and it's not possible to go all the way back, that's no big deal either. You just stop at whatever point your body tells you to. Now let's remind ourselves, relax as much as possible. Okay, we'll come back to center. Change the cross of the arms. So whatever arm is in the front, put it in the back. And we start again with the side to side. So we inhale here, exhale to one side. Inhale, center, exhale to the other side. Keeping everything as relaxed as possible. Okay, we'll come back to center. Exhale the arms towards the head. Inhale, center. Exhale towards the head. This is another one of those exercises. If it feels good, if you like it, you could do this for as long as you want, even 10, 15 minutes. We'll just do a few more. Okay, release when you're ready. And let's prepare ourselves for Shavasana, a relaxation. So every yoga practice, most yoga practices end with Shavasana. Shavasana translates to corpse pose. So that's the level of relaxation we're looking for. When we're working with our backs, it's nice to have the knees supported. So it could be with a bolster like this. Or if you have your chair, you could put your legs up on a chair, on a couch or something. If your back's feeling fine, you could just have the legs long on the floor for sure. Just find something that's warm and comfortable for today. Oh, if your feet are hanging, you could stick a rolled blanket under the ankles. That actually could also just be nice too, to soften the impact of the heels on the floor. But we're not going to be here too long. Honestly, it's just going to be a few minutes for today. But if you want to stay longer, that's of course up to you. Okay, so let's just let ourselves relax. Take this opportunity to let everything go. Relax into the movement of your natural breath. So there's absolutely nothing to do, nothing to change, nothing to control. Let yourself let everything go. Okay, as you feel ready, start to wake the body mind. Give ourselves a full body stretch. And once you're nice and stretched, bring the knees into the chest, roll to the side, to the right hand side if you have the space. We can make a little pillow with the arm, rest the head. Take a moment just to feel and receive the support of the earth. If there's any extra support, nourishment that you may need, anything that you want, if you like, you could take a moment here, ask the earth for whatever that is. And once we've made our request, let's thank the earth in advance and just imagine ourselves having that support, that nourishment, that thing, whatever it is. What would life be like? What would it feel like? And keeping that feeling, let's thank the earth again. And using the strength of the arms, we'll press up. And that is our back care and breath aware practice for today. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. We can close by just taking the time to acknowledge, honor the light, the love, the wisdom within ourselves, within each other, and within all. Ending with a bow. I might have just bowed myself out of frame. So take care, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. You can join my Facebook group, Celina Yoga Jams, and there'll be more live classes coming up. We'll probably be going on Sunday again next week. So have an amazing, amazing week, and thank you again so much. Take care, everybody. Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed that class. I enjoyed doing it with you and myself. It was a different experience and really lovely. So I'll see you Tuesday for Feel Your Flow Yoga for everybody, and our usual Thursday back here on Friday for back care. Have an amazing weekend, and thank you again. Take care.